This time on Film Ranker, we are looking at the Joker. So far, 7 actors have portrayed the clown prince of Gotham on the big screen, if you include the 2 animated ones. And though we have loved most of them, some are certainly better than others. So let's count them down from worst to best. Number 7, Jared Leto. The Joker that everyone loves to hate. In his defense, Leto did try a new thing, and he went all in on it. It just turns out it wasn't a thing the people wanted. And that thing also really didn't feel like the Joker. The tattoos, the nice clothes, the fancy car, none of it really worked, no matter how much Leto might have thrown into it. A lot of that had to do with terrible writing, but regardless of who's to blame, Leto's Joker is clearly the bottom of the bunch. Number 6, Zach Galifianakis. It maybe isn't even fair to put Galifianakis on this list. He was only Joker's voice and only in one thing, and that thing was a Lego movie, but he brought enough of a fun quirkiness to it that it's worth mentioning. The whole wanting to be Batman's best frenemy was fun, and Galifianakis nails the very tough job of being just psychotic enough to be Joker while staying safe enough to be in a kid's Lego movie. And that's a pretty tough line to straddle. Number 5, Cesar Romero. The original Joker still has a place in all of our hearts, but if we're honest, it was always more Romero having campy fun than it was him really diving into the character of the Joker. I mean, he didn't even shave the mustache. Luckily, Cesar Romero being Cesar Romero is really fun to watch, and he was one heck of a great clown counterpart to Adam West's wonderfully over-the-top straight man. Number 4, Jack Nicholson. Looking back at the first Tim Burton Batman, it's a bit difficult to remember how dark we all used to think it was, and in particular, Nicholson's take on the Joker. Nowadays, he seems closer to Romero than Joaquin Phoenix, but don't be fooled. Jack's Joker paved the way for all of the performances that followed. He had enough of the silliness of Romero to keep the old fans happy, but with more than enough edge to move things forward. Number 3, Mark Hamill. If this was about overall Joker performances, Hamill would have it in the bag. His work on the animated series has defined the character like Hugh Jackman defines Wolverine. If you read Joker in a Batman comic book today, Hamill's voice is the one that you hear in your head. But we're only talking about theatrical movies, which gives us a much smaller selection to pull from, with just the fantastic Mask of the Phantasm, and if you want to be lenient, you could also include the not-so-fantastic Killing Joke. Still, Hamill is Hamill, so he deserves a top 3 spot. Number 2, Joaquin Phoenix. There were a lot of folks who were worried about the prospect of a Joker origin story. It felt impossible to do without selling out the character. Joaquin proved us wrong. He nails the evolution from sad to angry to psychotic, holding on to the human face underneath just enough to make us want to sympathize, but feel dirty for doing it. The build from so awkward it hurts to mesmerizing nutcase is incredible to watch. There are tiny bits of the other Jokers in there, but they're all pushed through a filter of 70s De Niro, and the result is impressive. Number 1, Heath Ledger. This was a tough call, but in the end, number 1 is still Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight. He is pure chaos and charisma in a body that feels both fragile and indestructible at the same time. You can feel the backstory even if it's only told in lies. And even more unsettling, you can feel his strange calm about all of the things he's doing. He's chaotic but centered, which is way more chilling. If you want one scene that sums up everything that makes this Joker so amazing, Watch that few seconds when he hangs his head out of the window in the middle of a murderous rampage. That is the Joker. And that's the end. Thanks for sticking around. I'm sure some of you disagree. Maybe you like your Jokers more lighthearted or animated or tattooed on their foreheads. Either way, let me know in the comments, and please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.